This week, the issue is sports stars serving. Exclusives with Clayton and Ellen Kershaw.
Baseball is a pretty great platform to be able to do some great things.
And Super Bowl champ Juju Smith-Schuster.
There's no materialistic thing in the world that makes me more happy than to get joy from kids because I was once in their shoes.
Broadcasting across California, you're watching The Issue Is.
I'm Elex Michaelson. Welcome to a special edition of The Issue Is from the Dream Center in Hollywood, where behind us, one of the great pitchers in baseball history is once again pitching in to help the community.
Come on up, guys. Come on up.
Dodger pitcher Clayton Kershaw, his wife Ellen, and their kids handing out 3,500 backpacks at the annual back-to-school bash put on by their nonprofit, Kershaw's Challenge.
The best day ever.
The best day ever?
Yes.
Beyond the backpacks, a free health clinic, and free clothes, there's dancing, inflatables, a mini water park, a petting zoo, and more.
Is today kind of like a dream?
Yeah, it's a dream for me.
Kershaw is a 10-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, former MVP, and world champ, once named by Major League Baseball as Humanitarian of the Year. Clayton and Ellen have raised over $20 million for 23 different beneficiaries. Among them, the Dream Center, which offers free housing and recovery to more than 600 residents. The Kershaws building and naming a playground here. We met inside the Dream Center's offices.
Clayton and Ellen Kershaw, welcome to The Issue Is for the first time, and thank you for what you do.
Thanks for having us.
The theme of this show is athletes using their platforms for good. How do you conceptualize that? How do you want to use your platform?
Man, I think since Ellen and I have been married, it's kind of just been a part of our marriage because baseball has always been a part of it. And so now, we're 12 years into marriage, and Kershaw's Challenge, our nonprofit, has been going for about that same amount of time. And ultimately, baseball is a pretty great platform to be able to do some great things. And when you be able to combine the two with Kershaw's Challenge and the Dodgers, you get great things like this. Ultimately, it's just it's a great way to help kids, which is our goal.
What is the thought behind Kershaw's Challenge for you? What were you hoping to accomplish with it when you started, and what do you think of where you're at now?
Yeah, so I had been going to Zambia, Africa for a while, and when Clayton and I first got married, it was important to me that he travel to Zambia with me and really understand that part of my heart, because I felt like I left a huge piece of it over there. It all started with one little girl named Hope, who just desperately needed a place to call home. She had kind of bounced around from living on the street to different foster care homes to different family members. Nothing was a safe, stable place for her to grow up in. So Clayton and I started Kershaw's Challenge very much with just the hope that we would build her a home that she could grow up in with a family environment. And Kershaw's Challenge is very much snowballed from there. We now have 2 homes in Zambia. We've expanded it to the Dominican Republic, Dallas, which is our hometown, and then Los Angeles, where baseball is.
The Dream Center here in LA has been a big partner for us, and we just love what they do. They do so much incredible things, and including the Back to School Bash that we get to be a part of today.
Which is huge. I mean, not only back to school, but there's like bounce houses and all this other stuff. I mean, what's that like for you to see that?
Yeah, it's really good to get kids excited about school. These kids to be able to get backpacks and to be able to be excited about it, have bounce houses, to show them that there's people around that care about their education and that we want them to have fun in school and be able to have the same opportunities that everybody else does. And I just think it's such a great way to kick off the school year. And
describe that moment for you when you see the faces of the kids as they walk up here.
Yeah, well, it's 2 different emotions from everybody that walks in. For the kids, they are so excited. And then you look at the moms and there's relief of just they are being provided for and people are coming alongside of them to help meet the needs of their children. And so it's very much 2 different emotions that we're getting to see and people that we're getting to serve.
Which is so great. I'm wondering for you, Clayton, when you went to Zambia for the first time, how did that open up your mind?
that first time it's eye-opening, and I think obviously it's heartbreaking to see some of these situations that these kids are in, and then ultimately what we've been able to do through Rise Africa, not only these 2 homes, but we started building a school, and there's hundreds of kids that are getting to go to the school, and I think it can get a little overwhelming at times to see how many kids truly need help. But then if you just see like how it started with Hope. If you just help one kid and then just kind of keep going from there, don't get too overwhelmed with the thought of trying to help everybody. Try to just do it well and try to do one kid at a time. And we've really seen it snowball from there. And it's really, really amazing to see. We're excited to get our kids over there too. We haven't done that yet, so we need to get them. When they can handle the plane flight, we'll get them over there, and it'll be fun.
But how do you process that internally, to look at a kid in the eye who wouldn't have a home, who wouldn't have a place, if not for you and your platform?
Well, it's not us. You know, we believe that we've been called to do this. You know, this is our God-given plot in life. You know, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be able to throw a baseball. You know, and it was a God-given talent, and so I realized that, and I want to use that as best I can. And I think Ellen. I think that's part of the reason that we got married too, is that she had this passion before I did, and it kind of melded together, and baseball and her passion of Africa has turned into Kershaw's challenge, and I think that's part of the reason that we're together.
How does faith inform what you do here?
Oh, I mean, it's the driving force of everything for us. I mean, it's the reason why we are able to do all that we're doing. We realize that this is the Lord's will and His plan for us, and we're just getting to be His hands and feet throughout all of this.
Yeah, and part of it also is fundraising to make all this happen, and you've gotten your teammates involved with that. You got the PP4P, which is Ping Pong for Purpose, right?
Yeah.
Which you just did this week.
Yeah.
Talk about what it's like for you to talk about this with your teammates. How do you explain all this to them?
Man, they've been so supportive over the years. I mean, the Ping Pong for Purpose event has grown every single year, and we've continued to raise more and more money, but ultimately it doesn't work if you don't have your teammates coming out to support it. You don't have the celebrities coming out to support it. So,
have you noticed his teammates start to change a little bit because of some of this service?
You know, I think that Clayton has set a precedent for what it looks like to use your platform, and I hope that it would be empowering to especially young guys that are coming up, that, you know, use your voice, use your social media presence, use your position right now to make a difference. And so, yeah, I mean, I do think I've seen some younger kids. I don't know if it's because of you, but it's really cool to see other players that are using their platform.
Don't call them kids. It makes us feel
sorry,
old.
not kids, not kids.
Yeah.
Other players using their platform that are younger than us.
There you go.
Speaking of other players, so this week, Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman won the Ping Pong for Purpose.
They did, yeah.
And then we saw that weird dance.
Freddie's got a good dance.
What did you think about that, and how do you analyze that? And is there anything Mookie Betts can't do?
No, Mookie can pretty much do everything. So Freddie and Mookie won. They beat Austin Barnes, my teammate Barnesy and I, in the finals, and it's a little disappointing, obviously, to lose, but no, Freddie and Mookie, we kind of knew when we put them together that they were going to have a pretty good chance to win, and just really fun for them to get to be there and support us, and they got into it. It got competitive there.
This is my favorite one because I beat you. Yeah, okay.
That's the goal, you know. I think having a lot of fun and bringing some athletes together. There's going to be a little competitiveness too. So it was what makes the tournament, the event, fun, and it was a great time.
That's so great. And I'm curious also about your kids. They're out there, right? And you've seen them grow through this. What is the lesson you want them to learn from being here on a day like today and watching all this happen?
You know, just that you don't have to be a grown-up to start giving back. You don't have to have your own money to donate. You don't have to be a baseball player to give back. You can be a 6-year-old boy that just wants to hand out backpacks, and you can make a difference just doing that. Our kids were here a few weeks ago, and we stuffed all the backpacks, and we brought a lot of all of the Dodger teammates' kids over, and they all were stuffing backpacks, and we wanted to teach them the lesson of, look, you have got the ability, you've been given so much, now it's time to give back.
They love being on the front lines, giving the backpacks out, and I feel like they have a sense of purpose too when they do that, and that's huge.
What do you think is the biggest lesson everybody can learn from Kershaw's challenge?
I think that everybody has a unique sphere of influence. Everybody has been given a God-given passion, talent, purpose, and it's all about figuring out how to use that to give back to others in need.
Your sphere of influence can be one person, or it could be thousands of people. You know, it's how you impact others.
And just to wrap up on something fun, because we don't get to talk to both of you together that often, what's maybe one thing about Clayton that people don't know?
What an incredible, I think people do see what an incredible dad he is, but I think that is who he is. I mean, baseball player comes very much second to that he is hands-on, hovering helicopter dad. But truly he is so present in our kids' lives. He wants to be with them all day, every day.
And what's one thing that people don't know about Ellen that they should?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we have an awesome life with this baseball thing, but it's not easy. And so for her to move mountains, for our family to be together and travel with 4 kids, we just did a trip where we went from LA to Seattle to New York to Baltimore to Texas to LA. And she's wrangling 4 kids and getting them in hotel rooms and getting rollaway beds and all these things. And the logistics of that, like, it would be really easy for her to say, no, I'm just gonna stay home, you know. But for us to be together, it means a lot to me, and it's not an easy thing to do.
Well, thank you guys for all that you do. I think hopefully this is a lesson to other people about the value of service. And you guys are a testament to the best of what this city's all about. And as a big Dodger fan, go Dodgers.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Up next, Juju Smith-Schuster's journey from poverty to paying it forward. Welcome to a luau-themed fundraiser at Terranea in Rancho Palos Verdes to benefit the Juju Smith-Schuster Foundation.
Today, it's all about, giving back.
Juju attended Long Beach Poly High.
End zone, Smith-Schuster.
Won the Rose Bowl at USC.
Super Bowl champion, man.
And just won the Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. All this a far cry from growing up in a garage, unable to pay for football camp.
I sat on that sideline and I watched those kids go to those camps. And I was like, one day I'm gonna run a camp. I'm gonna make sure that camp is free so no kid has to pay.
On the week where he hosted that camp, we spoke on stage and backstage.
Juju Smith-Schuster, welcome to The Issue Is. You look great.
Man, you look great too, man.
I've never done an interview in a lay before, so thank you for bringing us out here.
Yeah, it's the first one, man.
Yeah.
Many more to come, many more to come.
Yeah, so let's talk about the foundation itself. What prompted you to do this? What made you want to do this in the first place?
Well, my Samoan tradition in my background, I come from a big family. I have 5 sisters, 2 brothers, and just growing up in tradition, it was always about, caring for others, loving others. And even if you weren't a part of our family of blood, if you were in our circle, we would take care of you like if you were blood. So I guess it was nice that, I was able to build a platform and be a role model for so many kids and, so many people that look up to me. So it's nice that I'm able to build this foundation. And, this foundation is about, lifting those in need, lifting those spirits that need, those extra lifts, and also just giving back. So it's all about giving back. Like today is a luau. This is many more to come, but this is the one that's very, very special to me because
every year it just keeps getting better and better.
It's not only that I get to give back, but I also get to show a little bit of the culture of how the dancing of different islands and the Polynesian culture, so which is nice.
What do you want people to know about the culture?
I want people to know that we're loving, we're welcoming, we're also like to have a lot of fun.
Obviously your family's out here in force today.
Yeah.
What have they done to shape your worldview when it comes to service?
Man, I mean, I am who I am today because I think without them, I'm not in this position. I'm not in a position to give back and have what I have. So, but a lot of things that I've learned is that respect your elders is what they would say. 2 is treat others how you want to be treated, and always give back. Even when you don't have nothing, it's always nice to say that you give than to receive. It's better giving than to receive. So I think it's always nice to say that we're in a position, and I'm in a position to give back to our community and the people. And it's really nice because we get to raise a lot of money for a lot of people in the community, which is nice.
And part of that, this week you went home to Long Beach Poly.
Yeah.
Helped to give a new weight room with Austin Eckler there, which was cool, from the Chargers. And also did a camp for the kids there.
Yes.
We got a chance to talk to them. What are they saying to you, and how does that make you feel being out there with them?
And that's the joy. I mean, there's nothing in the world there's no materialistic thing in the world that makes me more happy than to get joy from kids because I was once in their shoes. So I know what it feels like, to say that, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that we have a new weight room, that we don't have to share no more, because now it's 20 racks instead of 4 racks, and for 80 players, which is nice. So, and like I said, the camp was awesome. It was amazing. So many kids came out, boys and girls. They learned a lot. They got educated. And the best part about it is that, we're able to have fun while doing it.
And you also played video games out in Fullerton as well.
This morning.
What's that like for you? What does video games mean for you? Because in some ways it's like an equalizer for everybody. Even if they don't have the natural athletic gifts that you have, anybody can play, right?
And that's the nice part about it, is that video games is for all ages. The kids that came out today, all different ages, from young to old and to guys my age, playing video games. And it's awesome because that's a passion of mine, outside of football. And a lot of times, while playing video games, you can actually learn a lot of, communication skills, hand-eye coordination skills. There's just so much you can put onto that you can use in your daily life, which is really nice. And it's my passion. I'm able to share it with these little kids, at the age of like 10 years old.
Yeah.
And it just brings so much joy to me to see them happy.
Did any of them beat you today?
Yeah, someone got me a couple of times. I was wearing my skin and everyone was just attacking me. So.
And in terms of the service concept, is this something you talk about with other players, work with other players? And what do you say to them? What do you teach the young guys about that?
I just teach the young guys, man, just that God's giving you a platform to give back and use it. A lot of guys that that come into the league, they see what I do, and I can kind of just give them like the word of encouragement that, you have the power to do this back in your hometown, to do this back at your town and your city, and it's huge because once you build it and once you build, these foundations and you lay it down through so many people support and love. I mean, even today, it's unbelievable how many people are here supporting. So I'm just really happy.
And we're all so proud of you. And now you're the Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
What does that feel like now to be able to go around the rest of your life being Super Bowl champion? What was that moment like?
Oh, that moment is, dude, it's a moment that you don't know unless you're in the moment, and it's hard to explain, but it's a feeling that I want to get back. I want to get back there. I want to win. I want to take the New England Patriots, to win another ring. You talk about a great team, great players, great coaches. We have it. We have the opportunity to do that again. But it is nice to say that I finally won something that I've always trying to achieve every year and gotten close, but never gotten to actually win it. And God is good for me to have one.
One quick thing, and then one final question. Your TikTok at the White House.
Yeah.
What's going on there? What'd that feel like? Take us behind the scenes of that experience.
Yeah, so we were in the bus actually headed to the White House, and in my head I was like, yo boys, we gotta get a TikTok in the White House. Like, it's never been done before. We're gonna be the first NFL team to do it, and we did it, and it went viral. It killed the internet, and it was really cool to have my guys in it.
And obviously this is also a celebration of USC tonight, and as a Trojan, fight on to
fight
you.
On, baby, fight on.
What does that phrase "fight on" mean to you in the context of service and of what we're doing here tonight?
Oh man, the word "fight on" it means family. It means everything. It means, even after 7 years of leaving college and not finishing my degree, but still having that culture and that background of support is unbelievable. And it's nice because we're all here to celebrate one thing, and it's to celebrate, the thing of just giving back and for a bigger cause. It's not about anyone special here. It's not about me. It's about the foundation. It's about what we're doing in the community for kids. And just so you guys know, man, I'm going back to get my degree. So mark my words.
Then we can even say more "fight on."
Yes.
Juju, thank you so much for everything you've done for the community, and thank you for including me in all this as well.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
When we come back, a football legend mentoring the next generation.
It's about the future of our kids.
At the Juju Smith-Schuster Foundation's USC Legends Luau, we're inspired by Marqise Lee.
I've been in foster care all my life. My mom is fully deaf, so my language growing up was sign language.
He'd eventually be named the best receiver in college football.
The one thing that me being in foster care, things that we look forward to is hope. That one person that reach out and let us know, like, they got faith in us to do what they believe us to do. You feel what I'm saying?
NFL Hall of Famer Anthony Munoz also had a tough start in life.
My mom raised 5 by herself, working 2-3 jobs. Never knew my dad.
23 years ago, he started the Anthony Munoz Foundation, which has helped over 55,000 kids. In that work, Munoz often reflects on USC's motto, "Fight on."
It doesn't matter if it's on the football field, in the classroom, in the business community now, or in the not-for-profit role, we're going to keep fighting on and not give up, not give in to circumstances, and find a way. You know, I have this little thing that I read, and I can't even tell you who the author was because there was no author, but it talks about being committed, and it talks about being interested. When you're committed, you find a way. When you're interested, you make excuses, and I think that's what Fight On means. You mean, you're committed to be the best, so you find a way to be the best.
Well, appropriate to say, Anthony Munoz, fight on.
Fight on, man.
Thank you very much. That was great.
Thank you.
So inspiring.
You can watch our full interview with Anthony Munoz and that panel at youtube.com/Elex Michaelson. Up next, we end with some fun.
I guess you could say I've loved the game of baseball since before I was born.
Dodger legend Clayton Kershaw reading to LA kids from a book about his family alongside his family. That book is called Bigger Than Me. Ann Higginbottom is the author and the executive director of the nonprofit Kershaw's Challenge.
It is told through the eyes of my nephew Charlie Kershaw, and it's about a little boy growing up in the big leagues.
In the book, Charlie realizes he's a lot like his dad, Clayton. It's just that Dad is bigger than him, and life is bigger than baseball.
There's really a common thread between the Kershaw family, Kershaw's Challenge, this book as a supplement, just to invite people to think about what do you love, and how can you take what you love to make others part of it, to make it about something else.
Bigger Than Me is available wherever you buy your books, including Dodger Stadium. As we wrap things up on this special edition of The Issue Is, we take you back to the Juju Smith-Schuster Foundation event for something fun. They asked me and Juju to come on stage and follow the lead of the dancers. As you can imagine, Juju did a little better. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
You talk to the person.